What's up, guys? My name is Trish Najra, and I am finally going to bring you guys the video you guys have been waiting for, the one about toxic relationships. Yeah, Kobe's here. Don't forget. Don't forget about Kobe. Gets mad. Well, anyway, for those of you who don't really quite exactly necessarily think that they have or are related to or have ever been in a toxic relationship, keep watching. I'll probably explain to you. Hell, you, the one person who's probably sitting here thinking I've never been in a toxic relationship, I'm going to explain to you how you have been in a toxic relationship, as well as helping those who have been in known toxic relationships. My advice to you to maybe hopefully help you help me, because I'm still going through some things and you guys are probably going through some things. So, let's do this together.
Shut up and sit down.
So, just so I put some kind of discretion thing, for those of you who know who I'm talking about, or if you know this is about you, I'm not using your name. I'm not using it to diss you in any way, so I'm sorry if you feel that way. I'm using this as a therapeutic way of me to get past a lot of this stuff. And I'm also using it as a way to help other people. I might even be helping you. So maybe me helping you see yourself is gonna help you out. Who knows? But moving on. First things first, I'm the realist. Anyway, first things first, guys. Toxic relationships come in any kind of form, okay? Like I said, they can be any relationship that you have. It can be a relationship you have with your brother, your sister, family, any kind of family member. It could be any kind of coworker you have, your boss, someone under you, someone higher you. It could be one of your best friends. It could even be the person that you were dating, which is pretty much one of the most common ones, at least in my life. The first one would be a romantic relationship, and the second one would be a workplace toxic relationship. Now, I was recently talking to a friend of mine that I recently connected with, who has basically seen every relationship that I have ever been in romantically. And I was telling him that I was going to be doing these videos because they won the vote by 75-25. And he went ahead and said, you were probably one of the best people to be doing these videos. And I was just like, so why do you think that? And he went ahead and said, because literally every relationship that you have ever been in was a toxic relationship, and somehow you've managed to get out and survive, and you're here today. Diving right into this, I'm going to start with probably the most poignant toxic relationship that I have had in my life. And this one spanned 3 years for me, and I actually lived in this scenario. And the living situation I was in was not good at the time. I wasn't at a good time in my life. I was in my early 20s, so I was reckless. I wasn't in school. I was just doing whatever. I was working just to live, do whatever I wanted. I had no kids. I still have no kids. I have this guy. But either way, this toxic relationship, I still carry the baggage with me. I go to therapy over it. I've been, diagnosed with PTSD kind of because, not basically because of this particular reason, but this reason helps trigger my PTSD in certain situations of my life, and it makes it difficult for me to have some kind of situations with other people. But I think the hardest part about this relationship, it was the siblings' SO, and they were there, and I lived with them, which I said I wasn't in the best state of mind, so I wasn't in the right state of mind or financially fit to move out of the situation. And for those of you who can completely relate to that, it's not just the one person, or it's not just the toxic relationship that plays a factor in, making an imprint on you. It could also be the things that you were doing at the time, or, the time in your life you were going through hell and something happened and it's there. But anyway, this person was in had an upper hand on me, okay? I lived in this place and my name wasn't anywhere. I was just there. I just had mail coming in. It was basically that 3 pieces of mail rule to defend myself if they wanted to kick me out. So I'm living there, that's one thing I always worried about. Second off, they always held that over my head. There was so many times that I would get in an argument over them about something stupid. Not doing the kitty litter one night, or, I didn't come home and do something, or, I didn't blah, blah, whatever. I was always held responsible. And with things like that is one thing that I hate. If I live somewhere and I'm not home for one night and one thing did not get done and you're gonna yell at me, I am an adult, you are an adult, I'll take responsibility for not being there and not doing it. But you need to take the responsibility for letting it go until I come back. There was no ground to stand on with this person, okay? This person told me the most messed up things in my life, okay? I paid them $100 a week for the room that I lived in. They made it difficult for me to pay them. Like I said, they told me the most difficult things in my life, which was, one of them was, she told me that my mother died because she didn't love me anymore. I know full well my mom died of cancer and all that. You don't say something like that to somebody, right? It sticks like a dart in a corkboard, alright? Just there, okay? And it hurts at the same time. I have not been told this in 4 years, and I still cry every time I think about it. So after 3 years, we're coming up on, you know, the end of the lease, and my brother is gone, he is away, and during this time frame, the power in the apartment goes out. So that starts a big collision between me and her, because she says she wasn't going to pay it because she hasn't been around, because my brother hasn't been around. So I'm like, alright, well, you know, well, here's the money to pay it. And she would refuse to take my money to pay said bill so I could live in an apartment that had power. So being how I was at the time, I stayed in this apartment with no power. During this time, the person that I was seeing, we had a really big fallout and we broke up. And that was a really big emotional hit on me. Within that same, I say, week and a half basis, I lost my 5-year-long job and completely was ground zero, I guess, for me. So I'm not saying after I moved out of that situation that my life was all, you know, butterflies and rainbows. It was not. I ended up right in an abusive relationship, my first ever abusive relationship in my life. I have to say it out loud because it's something that really did happen to me. Even though I don't want to admit it to myself, it did happen. I was in an abusive relationship. It wasn't like crazy abusive, but it was there. And then after that, I ended up in like a more verbally controlling, abusive, toxic relationship. So like now I'm just single, and I'm just doing this stuff, you know, and doing a lot of self-help stuff. So I'm gonna be making more videos. This is just part 1, guys. So if you guys liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you guys have any questions, anything, you know, hit down below and type your little questions or little statements in and hit enter, and I will, you know, type back and hit enter, and then, you know, it goes back and forth from there. So we'll do that tag game because I like tags. So right now you're it, so you gotta say something. So my advice to you after this video is that you are stronger than you really think you are. And if you feel like you can't get out of this job or you can't get out of this relationship because you feel held back or you feel too scared to do it or whatever, you can do it. Trust me, you can. It might seem scary, but I have your back 100%. And if you want to talk about anything at all, you know, sometimes they say it's best to talk to a stranger. You know, you guys know what to do. Comment down below. Hit me up on social media. I am Trish Nadra. This is Sir Jacoby Cheto, Sister of the First. And we'll catch you guys later. Stay strong. Blub, 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 guppies. It's me again. Coming in to tell you to like and comment like we always do. Like we brainwash you to do. Like we are conditioning you to do. To like and subscribe down below, please. And I will see you guys in the next video.
Shut up and sit down.